Welcome once again. So, we are discussing the 12 principles of Agile, and principle number one states our highest priority is to satisfy the customer through early and continuous delivery of valuable software. So, what this means in Agile is that what we intend to do is to deliver valuable products or valuable software as soon as possible, and we prioritize this early enough. So, first principle, as it says, is that our highest priority is to satisfy the customer through early and continuous delivery of valuable software. Principle two, welcoming changing requirements even late in development. Agile processes harness change to the customer's competitive advantage. In Agile, we do not say, as we have signed the contract and dotted the I's and crossed the T's, we do not take any adjustment. Even late in the stage of the developmental process, we still accept change because we have a flexible, adaptive way of doing work. So, no matter the stage of the project in Agile, we accept adjustments, we accept editing, we accept correction, and we accept adaptation. Any stage of the project. Principle three, deliver working software frequently from a couple of weeks to a couple of months with a preference to shorter time scale. In Agile, we prefer to deliver working software or usable products frequently. We do not wait till the end of time before we see that there is an error. So we deliver something that works as soon as possible. So we prefer shorter working cycles to deliver the work that we are doing. In that case, we can learn and correct and adjust and adapt. Principle 4. Business people and developers must work together daily throughout the project. What this principle tries to say is that when we are working, the difference between developers, or I say technicians, and business people, that is, people who have the ownership of requirements or the needs of the business, they work in tandem. This principle simply speaks about collaboration. So there is no difference in the work environment between the person who has the need and the person who is solving the needs or solving the problem or bringing solution. So technicians and business people, developers and business people, technocrats and business people work together in the same format, and they are working in tandem, in collaboration, to ensure that they deliver a usable product or a working software. Principle 5. Build projects around motivated individuals. Give them the environment and support they need, and trust them to get the job done. In Agile, we are trying to build projects around people who know what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. This in itself is what we refer to as motivated individuals, or should I say self-organizing individuals. These are individuals who have the job intent at heart and they want to do it. What we do is take away all forms of bureaucracy and get them to execute on the task as soon as possible. Take away every gridlock, get out of the way, remove management bureaucracy, and get them to do the job. So we build the project, we build our tasks, we build our solution blueprints around people who can deliver on the jobs and people who know exactly what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. Principle 6. The most efficient and effective method of conveying information to and within a development team is face-to-face conversation. In Agile, we prefer face-to-face conversation than any other form of communication. So when we are doing things in Agile, our process of disseminating information is co-location. You are talking to the person in your presence. It's not to say we don't like emails or we don't like any other form of conversations like phone calls. But if it's within our means, elicitation or communication is done face to face. Principle 7. Working software is the primary measure of progress. I would say valuable product is the primary measure of progress, or functional product is the primary measure of progress. In Agile, after everything we have done, after all collaboration, after all meeting, after all coding, after all excruciating work, the way we measure progress is that we have a functional product or a usable software. Principle 8. Agile processes promote sustainable development. The sponsors, developers, and users should be able to maintain a constant pace indefinitely. So, what does constant pace mean in Agile? It simply means our cycle of work is measured and is continuous. So, if we deliver a useful part of the software in 2 weeks, we do not say that because of this harder part of the software has to be delivered in 8 months. No. The usable part of software is delivered in 2 weeks. If 2 weeks is our measure of work rotation, we have to keep working at every 2 weeks to meet together, to review, and to retrospect. So Agile processes promote sustainable development through constant pacing indefinitely. So work cycles are continuous and indefinitely paced constantly. Principle 9. Continuous attention to technical excellence and good design enhances agility. What this means is that we have to have technical excellence and good design to give us proper agile behavior or agile practices. Technical excellence refers to sticking to standard operating procedures or standard methods of doing things. If we are carpenters, we want to measure twice and cut once. If we are engineers and coders, we want to ensure that our codes are clean and they are neat. So we are committed to doing things the best way that we can. And it is doing things the best way that we can that enhances agility. Principle 10. Simplicity, the art of maximizing the amount of work not done, is essential. So in Agile, there are certain works that are not done and we maximize it. That means what it is that is not necessary for us to do, we do not do. We simply arrange our work in order of important priority, and what is not necessary to do, we ignore it. So what is essential in Agile is what we do not intend to do, we maximize it a lot and don't ever do it. If we are building a car, we ensure that the necessary parts of the car is done. We do not go adding parts or features in the car that does not necessarily enable or aid the car to move from point A to point B. Remember, whoever sets the priority or the features in a car is the customer. So whatever the customer has not requested for, whatever is not necessary for the functionality of the product or the car or the software that we are building, if it's not necessary, we don't do it. Principle 11. The best architectures, requirements, and designs emerge from self-organizing teams. I will say to you again that self-organizing teams, in my former definition, are motivated teams. And motivated teams, I said, are people who know what to do, how to do it, and when to do it. So what is architecture? The general overview of what we intend to do. Requirements, on the other hand, is a communication of the needs, what is necessary for us to do. Architecture is the general picture of what we plan to do. Design, therefore, is the integrate how we will do it. So for us to have the best requirements, to have the best architecture, and to have the best design must come from people who are empowered enough to do as it is necessary or as it is mandated or as it is ordained for them to do. Principle 12. At regular intervals, the team reflects on how to become more effective, then tunes and adjusts its behavior accordingly. In Agile, it is necessary, we have learned, that we continuously review what we have done. This is called retrospection. It is the ability for people to come together and examine the efforts that they've put into a particular occasion of labor. In Agile, we do this a lot. It is the closing principle that the end of a thing is better than the beginning, is because at the end, we are able to look at our past efforts and assess them and say to ourselves, did we do well? It's the independent team scorecard. And this is what brings us to the 12 principles of Agile. to the end of the 12 principles of Agile. Remember, these principles might be difficult to memorize or to recall, but these 12 principles brought about 4 manifestos. And in our next video, we'll be talking about the 4 manifestos, which are the 4 values in Agile that were bettered by the principles.